Well, there had been a change in the group. A member split from the group board, and he had been on promotion tour, I guess, in August. And I was talking to you guys in April, and you told me that you still worked it all out. What happened?
You know, it just didn't work out with Wart, you know. It's kind of what makes us happy wasn't really making him happy, you know. It just wasn't working out, you know. It's a little bit sad, but you know, we got Phil now.
Yeah.
And I'm real happy about it. You know, Phil is somebody who I've known ever since the early Psychotic Waltz stage. You know, he'd kind of come in as a fan and, you know, give me his demo tapes of his bands, you know, as they would come out, you know. And it's kind of neat having a guy that was a fan be in the band, because it adds a whole new level of enthusiasm that really wasn't there before. You know, I mean, we're enthusiastic, but you know, the only thing about Ward is he always seemed so terribly unhappy no matter what we were doing, that it became kind of a drain. It became a burden, you know. Every time you see Ward, it's like your spirits got brought down a little bit. And well, you know, now that we got Phil, it's the opposite of that, you know. We can feed off his energy a little bit, and it's a plus instead of a minus. You know, I'm really sad that had to happen with Ward, because, you know, he's been with us a long time. You know, he's a really good bass player. But it's just that if he's really so unhappy, you know, I don't see any point in continuing.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so you're working on your next album already? So Brian told us something about that. What's going to be on there, or what can we expect?
Music.
Yeah, well, is it going in the same direction like Mosquito, or?
Well, you know,
I don't know, which direction was Mosquito going in? It's like, it's like each album is not like the next album, you know, like Social Grace and Everflow are different, and then Mosquito wasn't like Son of Into the Everflow, so this won't be Son of Mosquito, that's for sure.
Okay, a lot of people always try to compare you to Dream Theater, and I know you guys, you don't really go for that, you don't like that. Like, is that a reason?
I think with the new album Mosquito, you can see the difference of what Dream Theater is trying to do musically and what we're trying to do musically.
Yeah.
You know, they're more technical. You know.
Yeah, they come across a little more schooled than we do, maybe a little more rehearsed than we do. We're a little more emotional.
Yeah, I was just wondering, you know, if the Mosquito album came out the way it did because of, you know, the comparison to Dream Theater, if you guys just wanted to set a statement and say, hey, listen, that's Psychotic and that's Dream Theater. So.
No, I mean, you can't let some statement like totally dictate what it is you're going to do with your life, you know. We did the music of Mosquito because that's what we wanted to do. Because, you know, we learned things about certain art forms on the road, like, you know, having a million notes go by in a 2-second time period sounds great on tape, you know, but we learned that it doesn't sound good in a big hall. It sounds like a big bunch of mush. So it doesn't, you can't hear the notes anymore. It just sounds like a big jet buzzing by, you know. And I've seen bands, you know, play music that, you know, on tape, well, you're not going, oh, like this is the most impressive thing. You're not thinking that. You know, say like take Jane's Addiction, for instance, you know. They're not playing anything that's like untouchable by musicians, but I tell you, it really got into my heart big. And when I saw an entire room full of people just moving to this pulse, you know, it was very easy to find, it was very easy to hear, and I said, you know, something like that's what we got to get. We got to eliminate a million of these notes and just make a good root. Still do what we do, but just kind of cut out a lot of the bullshit, you know.
It's cool to see when you write a more of a song instead of like a musical masterpiece. It's cool to see people singing with you, you know, singing, because then they feel like they're part of the music too, you know, and then they feel like, you know, they're giving something back to the band and the band's giving something back to them. So I think with the next album we're even going to write more song type of songs, you know, like something that people can stick in your head, things that if you see it one time maybe you walk away thinking, wow, you know, that was really cool, I want to see that again, or I want to I want to hear that again. I want to go out and buy the record so I can hear this song. You know? Not so much as like, well, I want to go out and buy the record because it's got a bunch of neat guitar solos in it. You know?
Yeah, it's all one big thing. The song is one big thing, not a bunch of little parts put together in an impressive manner. It's a one big thing. And you know, just as much, if not way more, thought goes into the composition of this kind of music. You know, we really, really work hard on it. It's not like we're taking the easy way out. We're working harder on it. We're just not playing lead solos as verses.
Yeah.
You know?
A little bit about the situation in the States. Like, do you play a lot of clubs there, or?
We play real heavily locally right now. During the Into the Everflow period, we really started to lose our foundation at home because we spent so little time playing there. You know, we'd disappear here for a couple of months to record an album, and then, you know, 2 other times, you know, for the tours, and then, you know, the other punk bands on the scene would kind of rise up, and the rumors would be that we'd broken up, you know, because we didn't do it right, like have a big farewell show and say, you know, we're going on tour, and then make sure to play when we get back. We'd kind of forget all about it and just kind of write. So now we're just playing a lot locally. Now we're really reestablishing ourselves in a new way, because when we were first out, you know, the first album, we weren't the kind of band that really does well in a 21 and up venue. You know, you have to be 21 to drink in California, and so the bars 21 and up, they wouldn't really relate to us. They wouldn't really get off on what we were doing, but the kids would. Well, now, you know, several years later, by the time we reestablish ourselves, we find this new music that we're doing, this new approach. We find it works really well. And now we're really packing these places of 21 and up, as well as the places where it's all ages. You know, we got the kids and the adults all grooving on the same thing, and that's real cool. It's kind of a universal art. But we just got a distribution deal for the U.S. with Massacre Records, and we're hoping that this might open some doors with some American touring and kind of get us known there a little bit.
Yeah, I was always wondering about that because, you know, you weren't around too much in the States, though. But I'm just wondering, you know, like, would that be a goal of you guys to be more popular in the States, to really be around the States more than in Germany?
Yeah, I want everybody to have a chance to hear the music.
Yeah, it doesn't have to do so with more than Germany or more than, you know, anywhere else. It's just that we want to be everywhere, you know. We want to be we want to be rock stars, you know. Just like anybody, you know, we want to be these worldwide acts, and we want what rock stars have, man. We want the really nice bus tours. We want to play the really nice halls to crowded audiences, just like anybody does, you know. And you know, not just the States, just Europe, but everywhere, Japan, you know, everywhere.
But, tell me something about the way you sing. Like, for me, it's kind of like unique, okay? Because it seems like you never seem to breathe. Like, does it really come like right down from your heart, or did you work on it? Was that, you know, something you wanted to achieve, or?
Yeah,
because
you
it's
know,
very different, you know.
It's kind of strange. I've always been a guitarist, you know. I was a guitar player since I was 12 years old. I was going to be Jimmy Blackmore. And my biggest problem was that I could never find a singer that would, you know, I would write the whole composition ever since I was 14. I was like writing music, and I would be at high school drawing up my first album cover, writing all the songs that would be on there, then my second album cover, and all the songs that would be on it. I had so many songs, I had like 3 albums, and I was designing all my album covers, what songs were going to be on what albums, instead of my math homework, you know. And, you know, these songs would be written, I could never find a singer that's going to sing it this way, you know. And I mean, I wasn't singing then like I do now or anything, but the point is that I did have a voice to begin with. I did have the ability to begin with because my dad was a singer, natural. I never really knew him, you know, but he was a singer, and it was just in my blood. And this is something that I just had some form of ability to do from the beginning, and it always got to the point to, why don't I just sing? Well, what got me is being a singer really is, I was at home, 17 years old, playing my guitar as usual. And a friend of mine called me up and asked me if I would sing for his band. And this wasn't Psychotic Waltz, this was some joke drug band in high school, And I told him no, leave me alone, I'm practicing right now, And he begged me to sing for his band, and he talked me into it. And I ended up, joining this band as a singer. I hated this band, but it started my career as a singer because I was really doing well at it, And a real bad time in my life where I had so much. During that time period, I was 17 years old in high school playing in a band with a bunch of burnt out, drug addict 30-year-olds. There's an example for you, So there I am, this kid in a high school keeping up with the drug use of people that have been doing the shit for so many years, This is just like the worst time of my life, And it was like right out of that, pretty much, I joined Psychotic Waltz. For a brief period, I left that band, took the same drummer, played guitar, and started to sing and started to compose all the music, And it was at that time when I met Psychotic Waltz. I just said, look, I gotta set this down. I'm gonna join this band because that band is where it's at. That's where I want to be,